back to my YouTube channel, and no, I also don't know what's happening with my hair right now. Tis a mystery, one of the wonders of the world. But we're just gonna crack on. Today is gonna be a full face first impressions. It is 99% drugstore, 1% not drugstore, because I have a new eyeshadow palette and I really want to play with it. And no, it's not the Nabla one, it's one that I'm actually more excited about, which is the new Jouer Tan Lines palette. So I have a little box of stuff that I bought a few weeks ago and still haven't tried, and I thought we would try it today. So there ain't going to be any fannying around from me, and we're just going to jump into it. So for foundation, I'm going to test the Rimmel Lasting Radiance. I also have the matching concealer and powder, so full base. In fact, everything base wise is drugstore, and then just the eyeshadow palette is going to be high end, which is fun. I like that. I like drugstore. I know you're probably expecting my full face favorites part 2, which is the drugstore. I can't pick yet. I'm really racking my brains and going through my drawers and trying to make the right decisions in terms of what are actually my favorites. So that will be coming soon. Don't worry, I promise. So let's just jump straight in with foundation. I have not used a Rimmel foundation in the longest time. Actually, we're not. We're jumping in with primer because I'm not getting into primer. Don't put words in my mouth. I have so many in my drawer and I just think I need to test them, and maybe one day I'll be like, wow, this is incredible. So I'm going to be testing the Makeup Obsession All in a Blur primer. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it's more like Benefit Professional and not like not Benefit Professional, you know? I'm probably just gonna put this all over, but just a really little amount. Bit more on the schnoz. Look, it matches my sponge. My sponges, by the way, I got a few questions. They're all Blank Canvas Cosmetics, but when I look on the Blank Canvas website, I can't see the sponges to link them, so maybe if you're really interested in them, because they are incredible. They're so soft and lovely. Maybe just like DM them on Instagram, see if they can help you out on where to get them. I think they're more readily available in Ireland, in like pharmacies and stuff. I've kind of carved out my brows, so I've got a little bit of concealer going on. There we go, nice and red. Look how red my ears get. Well, that one's not so bad, this one is. I don't know why that is. Can you see that on my fingers? It's like pilling up, balling up. That's not really what you want from a primer. Maybe I just squish it in. Foundation. I got the shade 100 Ivory. Definitely needed a lighter shade because this is dark for me. So let's just try it out. That's maybe not so bad. The smell of Rimmel foundations, oh my goodness, takes me back to high school. I have not used a Rimmel foundation in a very long time. I'm just gonna go over this ear. I think this is medium coverage with a kind of radiance, as the name would suggest. $9.99 though. When did Rimmel foundations become £10? Rimmel's another brand maybe getting too big for their boots. Blending very easily. I am gonna have to take it down my neck because it is way darker, but this colour isn't seriously wrong. The coverage from a distance probably looks quite good to you on camera. Like, my skin probably looks pretty even and pretty nice looking, but it is very little coverage for someone that loves coverage. And maybe we can do two layers. So that is one layer blended in. Let me bring you in and show you. So it's got a lovely radiance to it, but to me it feels more like a BB cream. Like I can still see heaps and heaps of little kind of red patches and things. This spot is not at all covered. This cheek looks a bit better because it's got less kind of old blemishes on it. Forehead's fine because I don't really get spots on my forehead. But really, it's just not my kind of coverage, but I'm going to put another layer on and we'll see what happens. It could blow me out the water. I am just going to quickly take it down my neck though. Just give me 1 second because I'm orange on my face. So I've just taken that down my neck and now I kind of look like I match and it's not so bad, and I'm just putting on a second layer and we'll see what the coverage is like with 2 coats of paint. So I feel like that second layer has added a pinch more coverage. I feel a bit better in my skin. Like I feel like I've just kind of got that coverage that I like minimum. Do you know what I mean? But it's still nothing special. And I think for $9.99 there's way better foundations at the drugstore. Maybe you really want really minimal coverage and then this would be fine, but if you're like me and you feel like you need at least medium coverage, then this probably isn't the one for you, to be honest. It's fine, but it's not beautiful. I mean, it is quite nice. See, when I come in, it's just too bright. You see, that is way better coverage on the second layer. And it is lovely and radiant. I do like that. I do like how shiny my skin is looking. What do you think? So let us try the concealer. This is shade 010 Ivory. I can read. Thankfully it's a little paler than the foundation. I feel like very little comes off in the one. Sorry about the wind. Can't do much about it. This says full coverage. So we'll see it on one eye and see what the difference is. Oh, it blends very easily, almost instantly. It seems quite nice and hydrating as well. I think the concealer was $6.99. Coverage. I mean, that eye does look a lot better than this eye, for sure. Full coverage though, I wouldn't say full coverage. I would say medium coverage. It's a nice concealer. I could see myself using this as a spot. No, I couldn't because it's radiant. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to bin it. Yeah, you don't want to really draw attention to your spots, but yeah, dunno. Well, I might just kind of try and lighten up other areas. I think there is one shade paler in the foundation, but I do think this is the palest concealer shade. Maybe not, but I can see it on Look Fantastic. The concealer in a paler shade. Gosh, this does just blend away in the blink of an eye. It's just so blendy. I mean, I think my skin looks good. I feel confident, I feel good. I don't feel like, oh no, you know, I really need more coverage or anything. But I don't personally feel like that the concealer, sorry, is full coverage. More medium. That's okay, unless it tells you it's full coverage. So I will use this powder in a second, but first of all, I got a new loose powder. This is Ready Set Smooth by Barry M. I've got a few Barry M products to use actually, and then a couple of sleeks. So it comes in a compact, it's got a mirror, and it also has this little puff, which is actually really nice quality. It feels as nice as the Laura Mercier puff that I used to have, but then binned because I never used it, and then wish I hadn't binned it. So I'm going to bake my under eyes with my sponge, and then I will use the Rimmel powder on the rest of my face. I'm excited to try this because I really don't have a lot of good drugstore powders, so we'll see what happens. This is, hands down, the messiest powder I have ever come across. More than 50% is now on my desk. So while that's doing its thing, we'll go in with the Rimmel powder, which I don't know if you can see up close. If it would freaking, there we go. It's got like 6 different shades, little squares, maybe more like rectangles. But because I have previously swatched it, they're kind of mixed together. Also definitely has glitter in it, and I think it's going to be too dark. Look, there you go. You can see the squares better there. This is deepening my foundation even more, because that's exactly what I need. Yes, it is. 100% is deepening my foundation. I think this is the lightest shade. This is in Ivory. I just think that drugstore products, not only forget about people of colour, they forget about very, very fair people. And so it's like they just cater for the mediums, the averages maybe, I don't know. I would need to wear a fake tan with this. Look at, I'm an oompa loompa, even compared to my chest, which is deeper than my natural skin tone. Look, it's very hard for me to stand up. See how much I've taken it on my neck? I'm gonna have to Google and see if this is the lightest colour of this powder, because if it is, then that is absolutely ridiculous. And would not recommend if you are not fake tanned or medium skin tone, because this would not suit you if you were fair or even light really. I mean, this is so dark. I look like I have a fake tan. Right, let me just get rid of these creases. And we'll start to get rid of this powder from around my eyes. I'll do a quick flash test with this and see if it does leave any flashback. Oh my goodness. This is going so bad. My last full face first impressions, did that not go like really darn well? Base wise? Because I didn't do my eyes. This is going the opposite direction. This has highlighted my under eyes so much that now the rest of my face just looks ridiculous. I'm actually going to have to go in with that Rimmel powder underneath my eyes because they are too brightened for the rest of my face. So my skin feels really well set. You can see how well this foundation matches me by looking at my hands stuck to my face. ridiculous. Let me just check if this is the lightest colour in this powder, because what's it called? That would be ridiculous. Yeah, this is the lightest powder. They do light, medium, and then deep. So just like in my last video, now that I'm completely powdered down, I want to bring hydration back, and so I bought this Barry M Mist and Fix Makeup Setting and Body Spray Illuminating Finish, because I like the Illuminati. So yeah, let's give her a whirl. Let's see what the spray's like. It seemed quite fine. Smells of nothing. Let's see. For a really inexpensive spray, it's not that bad. What's that? Left like a really weird brown blob on my forehead. A lot of setting sprays you have to kind of go in afterwards and pat out with your sponge, just because they can be a bit blobby. But what was that brown thing? Oh, this has a bit of colour to it. Look at it dripping down my arm. Don't want to get in the way of this. So the illumination is kind of medium coloured. Does that make any sense? It's on the back of this hand. I put it on the back of this one just to kind of match me up. Okay, so I think if you're very fair, that might not be the best product for you. Covered in powder. But it's also an incredibly small bottle for a body spray. Anyway, let's move on. I got a new bronzer. I got the Barry M Staycation Bronzer Palette. And if I open it out, you can see it has two different tones inside of it. I'm probably going to stick more to this side. Let's swatch it. That looks like a contour. Don't know if you'll even notice that. And then this side looks really warm and also has a little bit of sparkle in it. That's way too dark for me, but actually maybe I should just mix them together since my foundation is so dark. You know, maybe this will work. So I'm gonna grab this Morphe brush and just dibble dabble in between the two, see what happens. I feel like this is a car crash of a video, to be honest. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be actually, because my foundation is so deep. Gosh, I just feel like my last two videos went so well that we were needing a kind of fail. I mean, this could all turn around and look good, but I don't see how when I am literally a completely different colour. And I know I use deeper foundations a lot. This is, I could not go out of the house, basically. In fairness, it's bronzed me up. It's gone on very, very smoothly. I don't know if this comes in different shades because it doesn't have a shade name on the back of this. It just is the Staycation bronzer. And it does have two shades in it, so you could just, if you are paler, use one side and not the other. Yeah, I mean, it's gone on nicely. It's just, I think everything's just been thrown off by my base, but do you not think, I do still have a little bit of a glow to my base. It's probably because that Rimmel powder has literal glitter in it, which you don't want from a powder. You want a bit of shimmer maybe, not glitter. I'd love to know your thoughts on these products below if you've used them and if you think that I'm just being a cow or what you think. To contour, I'm going to try a product that I got sent. I showed it in my last haul. It's the Miss Lynn Beach Please Bronzing and Contouring Powder. This is really quite dark, but I am very dark today, so maybe it'll be fine. I love the like bright comic-y packaging. It looks a little bit childish, but I can be a bit of a child at heart. Let's see, oh my goodness, it picks up so much on the brush. Let's see. Oh, that's not scary at all. I think you can now get this brand in Primark, by the way. This contour brush that a few people were asking about in my last video, it is just an unnamed Morphe brush. I think I actually got it in the 25 set. It cost £25, I don't know if it's 25 brushes, I can't remember. And I actually do still think it is available, and it's a really good set. I like a lot of brushes that I got in that set. So I will link that below because I did get like at least 4 comments on what this brush was. I don't know if any of you will ever have seen me looking this bronzed before. There is a part of me that likes when I'm like tanned and stuff, but to me, it's just more hassle than it's worth. That sculpted me really well. I would struggle to wear this on a day where I'm not 37,000 shades too dark, but sculpted me nicely, very smoothing. Let's move on. We now do highlight. It's another Barry M product. This is the Baked Tri-Blend Highlighter. This was about $5.99, I think. All, by the way, 20% off, because look fantastic, it's amazing. So yeah, let's see what happens. This is definitely gonna be too dark. So there is 3 shades. Don't know if you can see that. This little middle, like triangle, that's not a triangle, diamond, is a lighter shade. These 2 are the same, and then these 2 are the same. I'm gonna completely avoid those because they're very deep. I'm just gonna try and hit the center. See what happens. Wow, that is pigmented and glowy. That's nuts. I don't think I've ever tried a highlighter by Barry M before. Probably never, in fact. I mean, it's a good job my foundation is too dark, because I could never wear this on a normal day because it's quite dark. This is intense. Has Steph Thomas tried this? I would love to see what she thought of it. That girl knows her way around a highlighter. This is nuts how glowy this is. Like, holy macaroni. Honestly, this is what oompa feels like. So if you can get one of these that matches your skin tone, because I'm certainly going to go online and see if I can get one in a way lighter shade, because this is something else in terms of how glowy it is for drugstore. Like, wow. I mean, this is more glowy than my ABH Reezy, than some of my oompas. This is nuts. Put way too much on. I can do what I want. I'm an adult. Look at that Cupid's bow highlight. That was cool. And then lastly, for base products, I have a new sleek blush. I've got a couple of sleek blushes in my collection anyway, but this colour, when I looked at it online, I was like, yeah, I gotta have that. This is Sleek Life's a Peach, and if I can open it, I'll show you what it looks like. There we go. Ready? Oh. Does that or does that not look like Milani Coral Cove? Like, look at that colour. So we're gonna whap some of this bad girl on and see. I mean, it's hard to do a crap blush Also, I quite like sleek blushes, so win-win. This is like £3.99. Milani Coral Cove is like £11 or something. Just saying. That's beautiful. It's like a neon coral. Yeah, I mean, these sleek blushes, they're pigmented. They're just great. It's hard to do a bad blush. I always say that. Because you know me, making my own makeup all the time, I know how to do it. But wow, this is gorgeous and really inexpensive. There we are, base done. What do we think? To be honest, if this was in my actual skin colour, I would be really quite pleased because my makeup is so glowy. Pretty perfect, I would say. I mean, this little spot here is giving me a wee bit of jip, but it has been for a few weeks now. It just doesn't want to go away. Oh, old eyelash glue. But apart from that, like, I feel confident with my base, and if it did match me just a lot better, I would go out about and, you know, just live life. I'm just gonna do another spray of this from farther away this time. Hope you got a shot of the bingo wings there. Am I or am I not glowing? Oh, I'll zoom you in. Let's do an actual what I look like, because beauty lights are fake. What do we think? True thoughts. Apart from that, I maybe put a bit much blush on. What's new around here? So I guess that leaves eyes. This is the only part that isn't drugstore. I could use a new drugstore palette for this. I don't want to. I really want to play with this palette. So this is the Jouer Tan Lines palette. And as soon as I saw it online, I was like, yep, I'm gonna buy that when it comes out. And then it came to Beauty Bay. It's only on Beauty Bay. This is what the packaging looks like. Oh, look at this gorgeous metallic pantries. And when I saw the price, I was like, is that a mistake? Is it? £26 for a high-end eyeshadow palette. Look at that. Why do you think I bought this palette? One guess. One guess. You want me to show you? You want to see? Bam. 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 What is that? What is it? You tell me. You tell me. Look at that. What? I'm going to throw up my Instagram swatches on screen now so you can see them, so I don't have to swatch it right now for you. But let me just tell you that the metallics swatched perfectly. They're all actually wet and a little bit squishy. The mattes were a nightmare. I've probably never swatched such a hard pressed, dry, unwanting to be swatchable matte shadow. Even from Makeup Revolution, I feel like their matte swatch better. So it's going to be quite a test to see how these actually go on the eye, because in terms of swatching, it was pretty horrible. So I'm going to jump in with the shade Driftwood, which is the deepest brown, and see what happens. I've got high hopes. I've never tested Jouer eyeshadows before, so let's see what happens. So it does seem to actually pick up with a brush. I'm probably going to do quite a bog standard look, to be honest, just to test it the first time, and then maybe I could do like a proper tutorial with it. But that's picking up really nicely on the brush. Because people were like DMing me after I put up the swatches like, oh my goodness, do I need this palette? And I was like, well, the matte swatched horrifically, so I don't know. I really need to test it on my eyes, but we're getting somewhere. It's taking a little bit of layering, quite a few dips into the pan, but it is building really nicely. So I've got that brown on, I'm just using a clean brush, just kind of blend it out a pinch. It just took quite a lot of layering to get to where I am, and where I am isn't like that crazy of a place. It doesn't so far feel like a high-end formula, which is weird for Jouer because their prices are high-end and the concealer and base products that I've tried are incredible, and sorry, you can hear Hamish making pasta in the background, and I like their liquid lips too. I'm going to use that same brush and dip into the shade Heat Wave, which is a peach, and just put that on. Yeah, you see when I dip a brush in, there is like a little bit of kick up, but when I swatch with my fingers, it genuinely was almost impossible to pick up any colour whatsoever. And I'm just going to wiggle Heat Wave around above the brown. This is a really pretty peach colour. Yeah, this peach shade is beautiful. And then just before I run off and eat my pasta, I'll go in with the shade Beachaholic, this first one, which is a lighter, more peachy toned peach. That other peach was more of a pinky toned peach. And we'll just blend out the top edges. Nice, I can see it. I was just thinking there though, if you had really deep skin, I think the mattes in this palette would be quite useless to you. The shimmers would be great because they're so beautiful and really intense, but I think yeah, the mattes would be pretty pointless, which is quite a shame really. Maybe I'd be wrong, but I don't know, they're not that intense on me, and I've got pale skin. Don't have any fallout either. Right, I'm gonna go eat my pasta and then we'll come back and we'll fill in the lid shade and see how they actually perform on the eye. Because on swatches, bomb, on the eye, we'll see. Good pasta. So I'm obviously going in with the shade Tide Pool next because pretty much the only reason I bought the palette. Don't know if this is gonna pick up on a brush. It's literally squishy. Let's see. Oh my good lord, do you see that colour? Do you see that? What's happening? I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm gonna have a heart attack. Oh my goodness. I need a different brush. I want to try a different brush. A bigger brush. See how in the pan where I've been like picking up, it's got now like that because it is just squishy. It's quite cool. It is truly one of the most beautiful blues I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh my goodness. So it is picking up on a brush. I just don't think this formula likes a brush that much. I imagine it's way better with your finger. So I'll plonk it on my lid first with the brush and then I might go over the top and just intensify it. But that colour is mind-blowingly beautiful, and it is duochrome. It's like purple blue, maybe even multi-chrome, because it's got like a lovely bright teal, like aqua in it as well. I'm just gonna grab it on a mini blender brush and just put it in my crease a little bit. Just because I always think that's what looks better, just having it diffused. Okay, now I've blended that into my crease a little bit, I'm just going to pick it up on my finger, which it does so beautifully, and I'm just going to, oh yeah, that's the ticket. Let me just quickly throw it on this eye and then we'll do our under eye and also the inner corner, because I want to use these like limes and this like sparkly yellow as well. So give me 1 second and then we'll do that. So I'm just running that deep brown driftwood along my under eyes, and then I'll use a little bit of Heat Wave and then blend it out a pinch. I genuinely have like zero fallout from this, by the way. Like none. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Limelight on my inner corner. Really just wrap that around the inner corners because it's a really cool colour. I need to test this palette on unset eyes and see what I think of it. Because this colour actually, when I swatched it, this matte swatched really beautifully on my arm with like one dip, but on my eyes it's not sheer, but it is quite sheer, and so I'd like to see what it's like over a tacky base. And then I'm going to go in with Sunburst on top of that, which is another metallic. This one isn't squishy, this one's just like a standard metallic kind of formula. Guys, I just wanted to try this Sunburst, that yellow shade Wet. Look at this. That's just my Mario Badescu spray because I picked that one first. Look how much more intense it is. Like, that is stunning. I thought this would work better wet. And being the knower of all things makeup, I was right. That inner corner just like takes it to a new level, doesn't it? Like, I just need to pick a lip. I don't know what. Let's try this Milani one. This is 01 Lavish. This is the matte satin, Amore satin matte. On the front it says matte satin. Either or. Let's just try it. It's a really interesting, like, caramelly nude. It's a bit deep for my personal preferences, but it's quite nice. I'll see if it dries down. Is it satin? Is it matte? Right now, it's a mystery. It's not transfer proof yet, and it's definitely been on for a few minutes. It's pretty though. I think a lot of people would really, really like this colour, 01, again. And just to bring a wee bit of shine to the centre of my lips, just because I think everything's quite glossy and glowy, I'm going to use Jouer Saint-Tropez Lip Topper, but just in the centre of my lips, just to kind of give a bit more, you know. there we are. I might try and sort out my hair, put in earrings of course, and then I'll be back and give you my final thoughts on what just happened. Wow, this £6 Amazon fake pony is getting a lot of use. And these hoops I got on Pretty Little Thing, and it said large hoops, and my gosh, these are ginormous. I kind of like them, I'm not sure. Anyway, let's give the roundup, the daily roundup, the video-y roundup. First thing, primer. No idea. How do you test that unless you test it for like a month? I mean, realistically, it kind of pilled up and balled up, but then my foundation went over it fine. So, don't know. The foundation, it's obviously way too dark for me. That's technically my fault. I mean, I am not this color, but I do think it looks really nice on my skin with 2 layers on. However, if I had $9.99 and I was going to buy a foundation in Superdrug, I would buy my Maybelline Super Stay because I like the coverage on that. However, if you are someone that doesn't need or want thick cake full face coverage mask, then this is probably quite nice. Potentially try it out, try and get it in a discount, because I think $9.99 is quite steep for a Rimmel foundation. I don't know about you. Concealer was pretty nice. I'm going to keep using this for sure. I'll probably use the foundation one more time. This will stay in my kit until it's pretty much gone, because I go through concealers really fast. This powder is the lightest shade that they do, and I swear to you, it is orange. Like, I remember when I bought it and then swatched it in my haul, I was like, wow, that's too dark. So this is just ridiculously dark for the lightest shade that they do. It's a miracle that, in fact, that it is way too dark, but there you go. It also has chunks of glitter in it. It does get a bit dusty. It does have chunks of glitter in it, but I mean, it set my makeup nicely. It's got a nice radiance to it, but it's got glitter chunks in it, so you need to decide if you want that and also if you'll find it actually matches you. The Barry M seemed quite nice. It was very brightening. It seems more like an HD powder than like a non-HD loose powder. I just think this would give bad flashback. I wish I hadn't powdered over it first and then took a photo before that, but there we go, I forget. The Michelin contour was nice. If you've got light to medium skin tones, I think this would be really good. If you're really fair like me, you'll have to just use a pint, because I think it'd be so easy to go in with way too much of it. And the bronzer was quite nice. I'm not sure how much use I'll get out of this when I am my own skin colour. Ow. Maybe of the lighter side, but it just looks like more like a contour shade, to be honest. But it's nice. No real complaints about it. The Sleek blush is, you're going to see a lot of this on my channel, because this colour is absolutely stunning. It is incredible and I love it so much. I think I love this as much as my Milani Coral Cove, but it's so much cheaper. So wonderful. The Barry M Baked Bronzer is incredibly beautiful. I mean, it's so beautiful, and if you've got, I think, medium to deeper skin tones, this is going to work for you. Hopefully I can find one that is paler, because the formula seems really nice and it's definitely something I'd be interested in buying in a lighter shade to actually be able to use it a lot. Did I use, oh, I missed that. I was going to cream contour with that darker shade. What am I forgetting? What am I forgetting? I'm definitely forgetting something. Oh, the Milani liquid lipstick. It's because I put it back in my drawer. That's nice. Yeah, not transfer proof, but whatever, it's nice. And then this palette. So yeah, this is hurtful for me. So the metallics in this palette, let me just make sure my fingers are clean, are just really, really something special. They are stunning, in fact. Look at those. even this shade here is really interesting. It's definitely a duochrome. This blue, obviously my fave. It's a really nice aqua, and that's just a standard what bronze. And then this sunshine yellow is so nice. But the mattes were troublesome. I needed to really layer them up. I needed to keep dipping back in, going back in, dipping back and back and back and back. And to be honest, the mattes did not feel like a high-end formula. The shimmers, the metallics feel like a really, really high-end formula. And I am going to keep using this palette for those tones, for the metallics, especially Tide Pool. But in terms of the lighter mattes, it just didn't blow me away. I'm going to try and swatch them for you, just like this. Rub that a few times. Rub that a few times. The brown, it literally feels like you're just kind of scrubbing your finger on like cardboard. Do you see what I mean? Like this one here, the like chartreuse, is the most pigmented one, which is so weird. It's £26 though, and if you want some of those beautiful, beautiful metallics, and you've maybe got some Beauty Bay vouchers to get some money off like I did, I got a £5 off this, so it was only £21 in the end, then I would recommend it. However, if you're looking at it for the mattes, I wouldn't recommend it. But that blue really is something shockingly, shockingly beautiful, and my word, it is just the most beautiful blue I've ever seen. Apart from the Desi and Katie palette and Teal Me More by Dose of Colours. I'd say all three are equally as beautiful. So that's my roundup. What do you think of my face? I need to take these earrings out. They're actually sore. Maybe it's the metal that they've used. But yeah, that's that on that, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think, of course, down in the comments below, or probably while we're chatting live right now, because I just love premiering my videos because we can just chat for ages and it's so much fun. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of the products. What have you tried? What haven't you? What are you not gonna? What are you gonna? Anyone gonna buy the Jouer palette? Thank you so much for watching. Look at my pale arms compared to my face. And on that note, see you in my next video, and I'll try and stay in my own lane of being a pale girl. I also just want to say to those of you that maybe don't know or whatever, if you use my links I always leave in the description box down below to purchase any products, or even if you click on a link that I've left down below and don't buy that product but continue to shop on that site, I earn a small commission, which right now is really helping because obviously kind of jobless. I don't think they haven't officially fired me yet, but I think they're gonna very soon because it's about to hit summer, and in the hotel world that is the busiest time in Edinburgh, so I think they're gonna fire me pretty shortly. So yeah, if you use my links to purchase down below, it really helps me out because I get a really small commission, and it is really small. Like say it's a £25 palette, I'll get like £1.20, and it doesn't cost you anymore. It just gives me a bit of cash for obviously converting sales. Also, it's something that I never ever mention, I do have a Patreon. The link will be in the description box down below. Don't feel obliged. Obviously I wish I could have a join button on my channel, but I'm not that big yet. But if you do want to support me in any way through Patreon, which is literally just to buy makeup for my channel, it's all gonna just be converted into more makeup to review, then the link will be down there. I never ever mentioned this, I set it up a long time ago, and I think my only Patreon is Hamish, because he feels sorry for me. But yeah, if you do want to maybe give me £1 a month, if 10 of you did that, I'd have £10. Yeah, I just can't work right now because of my back, obviously, and so it's not something that I would usually talk about because I had a job, but I'm pretty much not, I don't have a job right now, and I'm not gonna for very much longer, so that's just a side note. Please don't feel obliged or anything. I am surviving. I am eating. I still buy makeup with my Google AdSense, but yeah, it's just something that I thought I would mention, because a few of you have said that you want to like start sending me stuff to my PO box, which I don't have, but that would be a good way of supporting me if you can. Again, don't feel obliged, and I feel really awkward even talking about this, and I probably might not put this in the video, but then I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know, it's tough. Financially, makeup wise, it's tough for me right now.